She has never done a single thing for this family. She's just a selfish, ungrateful leech who ran off to the Navy to escape her responsibilities."
My mother's screeching voice echoed across the beautifully decorated ballroom. It was my younger sister, Jessica's engagement gala. Over 80 high society guests, including Jessica's wealthy new in-laws, froze in shock, their eyes darting directly to me. I stood there, in my crisp navy dress uniform, completely stunned. I'm a lieutenant commander, a highly respected Navy intelligence officer who had just spent 9 grueling months overseas executing high-stakes operations. I flew back straight from the base, exhausted, just to support my sister. "Mom, please, don't do this here," I said, my voice tight as I tried to maintain my military bearing. "Don't mom me, Maya," my father barked, stepping forward, his face red from wine. "Your sister is marrying into a prestigious family, and you show up in this ridiculous costume just to steal her spotlight? You haven't contributed a single dime to this family since you left. You're a disgrace." Jessica smirked from behind her fiancé's shoulder, pretending to wipe away a fake tear. "Just leave, Maya. You're ruining my perfect night with your jealousy." The whispers from the crowd started instantly. How heartless. Imagine abandoning your family like that. The humiliation cut through me like a knife. I choked back my tears, turned around, and walked out of the ballroom toward the parking lot to get away from the suffocating judgment. But the moment the glass doors shut behind me, my phone vibrated brutally. It was a bank notification. Access denied, PIN changed. My heart dropped. I tried to log into my primary military checking account, but I was locked out. My mother had been a secondary signer on that account from years ago. A follow-up text from her flashed on my screen. "Since you're so useless, we took the $60,000 in your savings to pay for Jessica's catering and wedding dress. Consider it back pay for being a terrible daughter. Don't bother coming back to our beach house. The locks are changed." I leaned against a pillar, laughing bitterly through my agonizing pain. They thought they were the elite. They genuinely believed that beach house, my father's fancy luxury car, and Jessica's high-end lifestyle were funded by my dad's failing real estate firm. What they didn't know was that my father's company had collapsed 3 years ago. To prevent them from losing everything, I had used my top-tier intelligence security clearances to set up a private maritime logistics contract. I had been secretly transferring 80% of my salary, hazard pay, and foreign bonuses into a blind trust that paid their mortgage, leased their cars, and covered Jessica's massive credit card debts. They were living a lie funded entirely by my silent sacrifice. Suddenly, my phone began ringing off the hook. Notifications from our extended family group chat started flooding in. My sister Jessica had just posted a status update with a photo of me walking away from the ballroom. The post read, "My sister Maya just showed up drunk to my engagement party, screamed at our mother, and threatened to ruin my wedding because she can't stand seeing me happy. She is dangerous and unstable. Please stay away from her." My cousins, aunts, and uncles immediately chimed in. Unbelievable! The Navy changed her for the worse, cut her off entirely. It was a ruthless, pre-planned execution of my character. That was it. The heartbreaking grief instantly evaporated, replaced by a wave of pure, ice-cold military focus. They didn't just want my money, they wanted to destroy my soul. I wiped a stray tear from my cheek, my eyes narrowing. I opened my secure military communications app and dialed my legal representative at the naval base. "This is Lieutenant Commander Maya Miller. Execute Operation Blackout, freeze the blind trust, terminate the lease authorizations for the luxury vehicles, and flag the beach house deed for immediate foreclosure. Cut off every single dollar." As I finished the call, a sleek, matte black government sedan pulled up to the curb right in front of me. The headlights flickered once. The back window rolled down halfway, revealing a pair of sharp, piercing eyes. A man in a dark civilian suit spoke in a quiet, authoritative tone. "Ma'am, Admiral Harris is monitoring this situation. Your family just intercepted encrypted funds linked to a naval account. That's a federal offense. Command has your back. Go back inside and finish this. We are right behind you." The window rolled up, and the sedan waited, its engine humming ominously. The second confrontation. I didn't drive away. I straightened my uniform, squared my shoulders, and marched right back into that ballroom. The crowd gasped as I kicked the double doors open. My mother immediately marched towards me, her face contorted in rage. "You psycho! How dare you show your face here after what you did? Security, get this lunatic out of here!" Jessica's fiancé looked at me with utter disgust. "You're pathetic, Maya. Leave before we call the police." My father stepped up, pointing a finger in my face. "You have nothing, Maya. You are nothing to this family. Get out." "Stand down, sir." A voice like a sonic boom shattered the ballroom's atmosphere. Two heavily armed Navy Shore Patrol officers entered, followed by a towering figure in full-dress uniform adorned with stars, Vice Admiral Harris, the regional commander of naval operations. The entire room fell into a terrified, breathless silence. Jessica's wealthy future in-laws instantly recognized him and gasped. My parents froze, looking utterly bewildered. Admiral Harris walked directly past my parents, stood before me, and rendered a sharp, respectful salute. "Lieutenant Commander Miller, your security clearance has been verified. The targets are identified." Admiral Harris turned to the crowd, his voice dripping with absolute dominance. "For the past 3 years, this woman has been the sole financial lifeline of this entire family. She didn't abandon you, she saved you." He slammed a stack of federal financial documents onto the main stage podium. "Every single dollar used to buy the luxury cars you drove here tonight came from Maya's combat intelligence bonuses. The beach house you live in, owned entirely by Lieutenant Commander Miller. And 30 minutes ago, your family committed a federal felony by illegally accessing a protected military payroll account to steal $60,000. My mother's phone suddenly rang. She answered it, her face turning a sickly shade of white. "What do you mean the cars are being repossessed right now? The house lock codes are wiped." I stepped forward, looking at my trembling mother and my petrified sister. "You said I never did anything for this family, so I decided to see how you survive without me. The blind trust is permanently dissolved, the cars are gone, the beach house is locked, and as for the $60,000 you stole, the Naval JAG Corps has already filed grand larceny charges against you." Jessica burst into hysterical tears, turning to her fiancé. "Babe, help us! Tell them it's a mistake!" But her fiancé's father stepped in, pulling his son away. "The wedding is off. We are not associating with common thieves and frauds." Jessica collapsed to the floor, screaming and begging her fiancé as he walked out, leaving her completely abandoned. My father fell back into a chair, clutching his head, realizing they were completely ruined, broke, and facing prison time. The very guests who had mocked me minutes ago were now glaring at my family with total disgust and recording their pathetic downfall on their phones. I turned my back on them for the last time and walked out alongside the Admiral, my head held high. I learned that night that you can pour your blood, sweat, and tears into a toxic family, but they will still burn you to the ground just to keep themselves warm. Stop sacrificing your life for people who only value you for what they can take from you. Your worth is defined by your honor, not their greed.